Hold on. And we are live. Here we go. Officially live now on YouTube and Twitch for the Clash Royale All Stars event. And as you can see, here's the action that we've been through so far in round number 1. Ruben, of course, getting a big win. No big surprises there to see Ruben taking a win. And we should be getting to our gameplay here in just a moment. Of course, today's lineup is pretty darn good as well. You can see some of the other results in there as well. And we'll have some more of the actual matchups for the day coming your way in just a moment. The challenge bracket is going to be there. It's not set up for the Twitch chat, just set up for the YouTube chat today. I did not set that one up, guys, but it's okay. If you need it, you can come over to YouTube and grab the bracket from that side. And after our first day of gameplay, we've had some interesting stuff going on. Of course, we are using the duels format, meaning that you cannot play a card in more than one deck in your best of 3, and it's certainly a compelling format. We saw some interesting stuff with it yesterday. It creates a slightly more diverse meta, which I'm certainly very excited about. We'll see what kind of effects it has on our gameplay today. But again, today's matches are all going to be best of 3s. Whatever cards you play in deck number 1, out for the remainder of the day. Not allowed in deck 2, not allowed in deck 3. And so on and so forth. So if you play Fireball in deck number 1, guess what? You're done with Fireballs for the day. One moment, please. Grabbing a cord that somehow fell down. And we're back. Hi. The music is interesting. Hi, guys. I'm Rich Slayton, caster for Clash Royale League. This is zoomed way far in. There we are. So, we are on both Twitch and YouTube today for those of you just joining. And the plan is going to be a bunch of best of 3s for this tournament as we are in this stage. And look at our first matchup of the day. Vitor. Pain Gaming's Vitor from Portugal up against JupiterKing. Going head-to-head. This is a double elimination bracket, so a loss would not mean an elimination. Oh, yes, and slow mode is on today, folks, so it's only on a 15-second run, but it is on to prevent you guys from spamming like crazy. So we should be here with our first game in just a moment. I hear game sounds. So here we go. Game number 1. JupiterKing top of your screen, Vitor at the bottom. And again, we are playing in duel mode. So Goblin Cage played by Vitor, game number 1, not available for the remainder of this best of 3. Looking like Jupiter's going to be going Graveyard, and this has been interesting because there's been more Graveyard than maybe you would have anticipated. But It's also been outside of the standard graveyard meta. We've seen a lot of bowler graveyard freeze, and you understand why, because playing a freeze deck does open up more of your big spells to be used in other decks. And then, of course, we've seen a little bit of this as well. Musketeer working on the Royal Giant left-hand side. Royal Giant goes down. Ice Wiz set up for Vitor. Dark Prince. It's been a little bit more popular as of our first day. We'll see if that continues here through day number 2. Cannon Cart just trundles on down the left-hand side. Night cycled in the back. Vitor seems to have either changed the room he was playing in during CRL World Finals or opened a window or something, because I do not remember it being this bright. Although the time of day might have affected that one, if I remember correctly. I don't know if you guys know this, but CRL World Finals was in the middle of the night for us. So interesting Royal Giant construction here from Vitor, going with the Electro Dragon Dark Prince combination. A lot of this would maybe look more Golem-y as opposed to Royal Giant-ish. And as you guys can see on the left-hand side, hashtag Crown the King. Go ahead and tweet something to hashtag Crown the King, and you might show up there on the left-hand side for this scroll. Fireball in on the Musketeer left-hand lane. Electro Dragon should get to that Musketeer, and it does. Vitor struggled with nerves during the CRO World Finals. Of course, quite famously, his teammate Wallace stepped up and really clinched things for Pain Gaming against Nova. We'll see if Vitor's got a little bit more handle on them in an event like this one. The pressure certainly much lower. Jupiter been doing a good job of getting those mortars down late. Getting time for the rest of the troops to put a little bit of DPS on the Royal Giant before that mortar comes down. Graveyard into the right-hand side. E-Drag in response. That Dark Prince, though, should just know. Barely does not connect. Musketeer gets it done in time. Final 70 seconds on its way. So far, Vitor with the lead. But as of late, he, of course, has had a couple of late leads given away. Graveyard in this time. Vitor trying his best to hold on. Needs to find some way to deal with the mortar that you expect to be coming. And look at Jupiter going to get it down really, really late. Fireball in response, but with 40 seconds left, things starting to swing towards the Graveyard player's direction. Graveyard in right-hand side, Cannon Cart behind, Barb Barrel to support. A lot at the bridge right now for Vitor to deal with. Cannon Cart does not connect, but there you go. Nice NATO out of Vitor. Jupiter doing his best to play defense on the opposite side, 15:57 to 13:62. It is a tight lead right now for Vitor with 15 seconds left, or for Jupiter for 15 seconds left, and Vitor needs to get a Royal Giant down and play enough defense here. Good win by Jupiter, and that's Graveyard and Triple Elixir for you. Hey, Problematic, thanks for the raid over on Twitch. Do appreciate that. Here you go, take a look at the matchup between Vitor and JupiterKing. Data powered by Royale API, and you're going to see a lot more of this in this tournament, where the matchup data is 7 of 8 or 6 of 8, meaning that it's not that precise 8 of 8 card matchup. And that's because of this dual mode, because it's going to shift the meta a bit. We're going to see some things that we're not necessarily used to seeing here. And thanks to everyone on YouTube for joining. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And also thanks for putting up with some of the technical challenges. Are you guys hearing that weird music? Or is it just me? Let's go ahead and switch back to the other page and see if... Are you guys hearing that weird music? Or am I the only one hearing that weird music? Well, hopefully it fixes out. So game number 2 should be coming your way in just a minute. All you hear is the default Clash music. Got it. I hear some other music that I don't know what's going on. So there is something weird happening on my end. Don't know where it's coming from, and it's been playing for 2 days now. And I thought it was somehow attached to this event, but I guess not. So we're waiting on game number 2 here. Here's how this works, guys. And there's the bracket for you. This is a bracketed tournament. See, our menu theme isn't that weird? Ha. Yes, I agree. This is a bracketed tournament, but the big rub, the big different thing, the big interesting part of this event is that it's all played in dual mode, like in chat and Clan Wars. Oh, is the bracket link not working? Let me go ahead and try that myself. Oh, the bracket link is broken. Got it. All right, guys, if you want information on this tournament, go ahead and follow the organizers, Copa Brasilia, on Twitter, and they can give you all the information. And I just want to figure out where this other music is coming from that I have no clue what's going on. It is driving me crazy. Yeah, I will try to figure out the bracket link situation, guys. And also, we're waiting on game number 2. So yeah, it's all played in dual mode. What's that mean? Just like in Clan Wars 2 for dual mode, if you play a card in game number 1, it cannot be played for any of the remaining games. If you play a card in game number 2, it cannot be played in game 3. So essentially, all 3 of your decks that you play must have 8 unique cards. They must not share any cards. So minor wall breakers for Vitor. JupiterKing taking to the skies this time. Looking like lava minor for him. Knight sets up low. Jupiter playing Lava Hound like it's 2018, meaning he has not played Lava Hound in single elixir. And you know what? I like the feeling of not seeing Lava Hound in single elixir. What a breath of fresh air that is. Spears in the middle to pick up. JupiterKing's a phenomenal player, but it seems like 2021 or 2020 just wasn't as kind to him as maybe was expected. It really felt like this was going to be a breakout year, that he was going to be the big star of 2020. And just wasn't the case. Tribe Gaming falling short in the spring season. Looking great, undefeated in the regular season, and then getting reverse swept during the semifinals of that CRL West spring split. And then the fall just wasn't, the team was not firing on all cylinders. Delivery down for Vitor. Oh, and you know what? That's interesting. There's supposed to be some scoreboard stuff on the left. It should be coming up. How do you watch Day 1, asked Callum Smith. Day 1 will be up. It is uploaded on YouTube. There's some problem with YouTube encoding, and it's been stuck in processing for the last day. So I've sent a message to the YouTube help, and hopefully they get that fixed and it will be working appropriately. Miner picked up by Miner on the right-hand side. Nice pickup there for Jupiter. Barb to the right-hand side. Jupiter does have dual lane presence right now. Same for Vitor. Pretty even on both sides of the board. And the Flying Machine does not help out on the Miner, so the Mega Minion has to come out. Maybe a bit of an overspend now out of Jupiter just because of being one tile high. And so Jupiter lavas up into the left-hand lane. Weak side for Vitor, strong side for Jupiter. Trying to force more expenditure in that same lane. And all the Barbs wander back behind with that Miner. This is a lot on the board right now for Tribe Gaming's Young Star. It's going to be very difficult for Vitor to hold on. Arrows in to clear off. One Spear Goblin does survive. And now Jupiter's just cycling Barbs in the right-hand lane. This is a good call for him. It's going to be very difficult for Vitor to get any significant offense down at this stage in the game. And that's going to be, wow, very, very close. Vitor nearly pulled out game number 2, wins this one by just 34 HP does JupiterKing. GG, well played. Yeah, it's a little laggy, guys, and I don't think that's on my side. I think that's on the side of production. I'm asking them about that right now. Yeah, I am not the only caster saying that it is laggy. So that's coming from the production side of things. Because today, I believe, look at this, I'm all, and the music is back. What is that music? I'm going a little bit crazy now, guys. I switched to my face cam, and music that you can't hear shows up. What if I kill the overlay? No. That does nothing. What if I kill that? That does nothing. What if I turn that off? Does nothing. And there's no sound source that I can't, that's, I see no other sound source. This is madness, folks. Absolute madness, folks. Well, let's go ahead. I believe game number 3 should be here fairly soon. Still waiting on game number 3. Yeah, I am going insane, guys. There's a music playing when we go to my face cam that I didn't program. It sounds like bad Lord of the Rings music. Like someone was trying to do a knockoff Lord of the Rings movie, and this was like the music they picked to make it happen. But you guys, it's not affecting what you guys hear, so awesome. Yeah, Spot Hunter in my background. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But it only happens when my face cam is on. That is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Guys, if you haven't yet, if you want more of me going crazy thinking that there's random music happening, subscribe to my YouTube channel. For great things like me thinking there's music happening. me needing extra coffee, and me talking about Clash Royale. Yep, I still hear this messed up song. There is nothing that should be playing a song. First match, I believe, is done. And now we're on to match number 2. It's going to be Elsiop, one of the all-time greats. In fact, I just did my first edition of YouTube Shorts. If you guys are familiar with YouTube Shorts. Don't know if you guys know about those. I don't know if YouTube's really doubling down on these or not, but YouTube is trying to essentially launch its own, like, quick video thing. And I will link my little YouTube short about Elsiop in the chat here for you guys in just one moment. Elsiop, one of the all-time greats of the game, 5-time Regional Clash Royale League champion, 4 times for CRL China, 1 time for CRL East, and of course a CRL World Champion. Not to mention second place, runner-up to his teammate, to his then not teammate, and immediately became teammate Little Chen in CCGS China. So a long-time competitor, and here's my little YouTube short on Elsiop, 60-second little vertical video thing. That's what they're doing now over on YouTube, trying to make that happen. We'll see if it catches on YouTube. We'll see if it catches on. Miniminter, the Peruvian, was meant to be on a CRL team this year, still under 18. And I believe he's still under 18. His family deciding that it wasn't the appropriate time for him to compete. Of course, next year, no team invite required. And there you go, nice little King Tower activation with the Hog Triple Spell. I believe that if we see Hog Triple Spell, this will be the version we keep on seeing, the version that Elsiop's playing. Because again, you don't want to give up 3 potentially offensive spells, 3 spells that go to your opponent's side of the board in one deck, in my opinion. So this version with the Royal Delivery rather than the Snowball. I mean, this was a version they were playing in CRL anyway, more lately than the Snowball Musketeer version after the slight Musketeer nerf. But I think this one is particularly better suited for being part of a dual deck composition. $722 to $772. Very tight between these two so far. Balloon into the right-hand side. Archers taken care of by the Fireball. That should be a good connection there. Miniminter unhappy that he didn't get enough on tower, I think, but he does have the lead. Elsiop does have the ability to spell cycle this one out if he can play defense one more time, but he's had trouble with this Mega Knight. And did not want that bomb tower to pull the Mega Knight there. Really would have liked that Knight to do it. And that could be dangerous for Elsiop. Just barely doesn't connect, and you can see not happy there is Miniminter. And now just straight spell cycle mode for the Nova Esports star. And there you go, Earthquake in. Elsiop takes game number 1. Well, you know, Blake, it's interesting. Thank you for the info. The music does not happen when I'm on this screen. But every time I switch to my face cam, the music starts and it plays until it ends. So it's got to be something with OBS, but I cannot seem to find any OBS element that would be doing that. So who knows? One of the notification sources says problematic CR. Maybe. So yeah, this matchup, small sample size. And one missed fireball, yeah, we'll definitely do it, that's for sure. What music apps do I have? Yeah, no, it is 100% my face cam, because I just started my face cam, and boom, the music just kicked on in. So it is 100% my face cam. I'll have to figure out what's making that happen. But so far, I have no idea, man. What is making that sound happen? It is so weird. But we will have our game number 2 coming in a moment. Hi, guys. So, just so you know, I'm not running this production. I'm just casting. All I'm doing is sitting here, talking Clash Royale, hanging out with you guys, watching some good matches, been some great Clash Royale players. This is all coming from a production company in Brazil. So, I don't decide when the matches happen. I don't decide what does what. All I do is sit here and talk with you guys. And you know what? That's enough for me, because I like talking to you guys. Unplug your face cam and see if it stops. Well, my face cam is just a camera. So, you still doing burritos? Bro, all day. Casting, watching matches, and hearing music that is not there, so problematic. Yeah. Yeah, that might be it. That might be it. All right, I believe game number 2 is coming. Let's go ahead and jump on in. I'm going to have to completely clear that scene after all this. Talmatir saying, Talmair saying I'm very pro. Okay. Good luck. Game number 1 went to Elsiop, who's the blue player on the bottom. Yeah, you know, I might need to do a new face cam setting. That's a good idea. I need to do that. I don't want to do that one here. I need to go in studio mode and do that one. And maybe this will not drive me as crazy. Give me 1 second, folks, as I try to set this up. Big breath there from Miniminter. Can I do a burrito gift card giveaway? Well, if Don Carlos Tacos out of La Jolla, California wants to send me some burrito gift cards, I'll 100% make that happen. Is there a site to see all the scores up till now? Apparently the challenge link is broken. I'm going to look to see if I can get the new bracket link and see if it will fit, if it will work. Because the bracket link they gave me was working. I'm going to try it out one more time. Yeah, that's the correct one. Let me go ahead and put that bracket link into the deck one more time and see if it will work correctly now. So this should be the bracket link. I'm not really sure why it didn't work before. Let me go ahead and throw that in there. And let's see if that bracket link goes to no, yeah, it was just there was a problem, I guess, with challenge before, but that is the correct bracket link. So there's the bracket in the chat right now. So again, one more note for those of you guys just joining us. This is the All Stars Clash Royale Cup for 2020. Everything being played in dual mode, meaning that you cannot play the same card in more than one deck. All of your decks must have completely unique cards in best of 3 when we get into best of 5s. If it does go to the first 4 games, must be different decks. But if it does go to game number 5, you can repeat any of those first 4 decks. Wall saying, I don't care about the format for CR next year. All I want is you and Andrew as the casters. Well, then I think that you will like CRL next year. So now let's see. This one isn't even set up yet, but let's see if any weird. Yeah, I need to do some more things. Yeah, you lost me. You lost me. I get it. I heard you loud and clear. Let's watch more Clash. Wait. I guess we're not to the next match yet. Next game yet. But you hear me now. Rich has left the chat. No, Rich is here. Rich is here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and copy a few more things over to the new no extra music to drive me crazy portion, and we'll see. Hopefully it works wonders and is beautiful and is everything we'd hoped, man, because otherwise this is going to be a long day of me getting driven crazy by music in my ears. Unintentional comedy. So we're waiting on our game. What's the name of the matchup stats there? The matchup stats, they tell you how often one deck has won against the other historically through the time period that those decks were pulled. So, for example, if it says 77-33, someone, well, Killua, if that's a problem from somebody, then go ahead and start throwing the banhammer at people. Here we go. Next game. And I will keep trying to work on sorting out this weird sound issue. You know what? I think that we're just going to completely ignore those elements. Great. We're going to go here, and we're going to do this. And there we go. And hopefully we never have another problem with this weird song. You like my chair? I hate this chair. This is not my chair. This chair is whatever the chair. This chair was in the house I'm renting. Lightning in. Oh, that's going to be a connection, and Mini knows it. Mini knows that's going to touch. Oh, boy. And Mini with a bit of a look of confusion here. Lava Lightning. Interesting choice here for Elsiop. Very interesting choice here for Elsiop. Sumer saying Elsiop has touched this deck a few times before, yeah? So on the one hand, Mini did eat a lot of damage before. On the other hand, now Arrow's out of cycle. Lightning not going to do much. And the Mega Minion does not quite get there in time for Miniminter. But Elsiop does lose the lead here to Mini. Game number 3, and just like that, Miniminter does have the tower and now sets up his cage on the left-hand side. Arrows to clean up. Nice sequence there for the Peruvian. I am not on Tromo, guys. I am just on YouTube and Twitch today. Keeping it a little more contained with this one. Problematic over on Twitch saying, I love all these deck choices, so much strategy behind them. I think that fixes the matchup problem. Yeah, I have a lot of hope and excitement for this game mode. And look at that for the lightning block. Vamos goes Miniminter. Huge lightning block. Clip that over on Twitch. Let's go. What a play by Miniminter. Very well timed. And that deserves a big time Vamos. There we go. There we go. Elsiop was trying to wait until the exact right moment. Waited a half second too long, and look, he had the barbs. That'll do it, but you know how often that doesn't actually work. Someone on Twitch clip that. Hit that button over there. And if all of you on Twitch clip that, clip that. That was fire. That's why you watch Clash Royale. That was fun. Are you guys having fun yet? Sub to my channel for more of that, huh? Here on YouTube. Miniminter, man, it's been a challenging year. That's a nice moment. What a great play. Mini had him cornered to Alpha Moriarty. Yeah, he had to get, he had the lightning there. There was no choice. He had the lightning. He probably should have lightninged high and inside rather than low into the outside. You know, low to the outside is the place where you expect it to go. So just a step ahead of him was Miniminter in that one. And here we go. Here's a fun match. This is a classic matchup for Clash Royale, one that I'm really excited about. Pompeo and Exbomaster. Pompeo coming off that #1 finish on ladder. And Sandy with the 10-pound dono. Sandy, completely OP mod. She steps in. You know, I don't have a really... My streaming schedule is all very up in the air. And Sandy always shows up, always steps in and takes care of business. Completely OP. Much love to Sandy. And DC, thank you very much for clipping that one over on Twitch. And now let's see if maybe this music situation has stopped. There's no random music. My brain is healed. Yes. Yes. No random music. Oh, that feels so much better. Guys, I feel so much better. I turned on, I need to maybe add the Twitch, the little like Twitter thing in here, but whatever. Guys, coming up next, Pompeo and Exbomaster. Classic matchup. I'm pumped for it. Hey, Mikey with the 279 Canadian. Let's go. Throw those loonies out there. Let's get it. We're all CRL finals players invited to this. I believe, I don't know Jimbo over on the Twitch side of things. I'm unfamiliar. I had nothing to do with this other than I'm here watching it with you, hoping to have some fun with Clash Royale. There we go. But a lot of those CRL World Finals players are here, including Exbomaster, who is one of the few players to be a 2-time CRL World Finalist, of course, with King's Own Dragon X back in 2018, where he played a really great, one of the greatest moments in Clash Royale League history, his Golem clone moment against Elsiop in World Finals, blew the roof off the place. If you were in China, or if you were in Tokyo, which only a few of us were, if you were in Tokyo, the room went absolutely nuts for it. And of course, Pompeo, who's back on top, #1 on ladder again. And I suspect that you'll see more of Pompeo in CRL 2021. That's my suspicion. David Noriega, mini block to the left. How do you know lightning was going to go left? Most people, so actually what's interesting is most people, when they do play that lightning, they play it in that back corner. They play it in that, and basically essentially that side. Most people, when they play that closing lightning, don't play it onto the inside. So interestingly enough, you know, the sort of the pro play is to go inside, the pro play is to block inside, but they both did the other play, which was to go to the outside. Here we go, Exbomaster and Pompeo. Exbomaster is super creative. I'm excited to see this one. And Pompeo actually got a little experience with these duels already competitively, playing a best-of-5 duel on my channel which you guys are watching on YouTube right now. There's the link to sub one more time. You can see a full BO5 between Pompeo and Wallace using dual mode rules from about a week ago. And Pompeo did run the Pompeo deck, did run his balloon deck in that matchup. Magic Archer does not turn towards the Fisherman, so no King Tower activation here. Royal Giant gets a couple shots left-hand side. Anonymous saying, got the feeling Pomp going to play Sparky over on Twitch. Maybe. Pigs in the left-hand lane. Hunter down in response. Gets one off. Gets rid of two, but that's going to be some good damage here for Expo Master. Sinwoom, one of the more popular players overall out of the East. You know, there's, you know, it's an international game. People are fans of players from all over. But I think Expo Master has more uniquely crossed over into the West than maybe a lot of the Eastern players. You know, you have certain names that are very popular over here, including Jack in particular. A lot of the 2.6 guys. Jack, Oyasu, Mugi, of course. But Expo Master maybe did it before all that. I mean, that's a good way to put it. Expo Master is probably one of the early Eastern players to really get popular over in the West. And part of it is that he's fun to watch. Part of it is he's been around. He's an OG, been around for a long time. Royal Giant left-hand side, another connection, 10:58 to 14:46. Pigs in one more time. Log trying to help. Younes. I'm from Iran. Rich, can you read my name? Younes? So looking at what we've seen so far, I believe that Pompeo is running Earthquake in this. Earthquake has been the more popular big spell for the Giant Skeleton Royal Giant as of late. Which would make sense why we haven't seen much of it yet, because it hasn't really been a great opportunity for Earthquake to get in the mix. Which does mean that Pompeo has all the tools for the Pompeo deck, for his Loon deck, available. And he might go it in game 2 if he loses here. Notice Expo Master going with pretty light work as well. I wish I could read your name. Person with many characters I cannot read. Expo Master with a nice win, and you take a look at Pompeo from the matchup perspective here, just not a lot of great ways to deal with the Royal Hogs. Right? You have to take the Royal Hogs off one by one, essentially, and that's not easy to do. So pretty much every attack from Expo Master was going to get damage on tower. And so to talk about this matchup data, right? So matchup 7 of 8 means that there is no current data on these exact 2 decks matching up with these 16 cards. Meaning at least one card in each deck is not accurate for this matchup. So for example, if there might be data on this deck with the arrows instead of the Royal Delivery, for example, for Expo Master. And then of course the 75-25 is the ratio, 75% of the time in this matchup. Expo Master's deck has 1, and the sample size is 28. So that's a small sample size of only 28 games played between this, not this precise matchup. It leans 75-25 towards Expo Master. That's to explain the matchup data you see on screen. And this is dual rules. Yep, there you go, Golem Master. So that's the play. That's the play. That's the plan. So you can see also matchup 6 of 8 is just to give us more data. So matchup 6 of 8, just like 7 of 8, means at least one card in one of the 2 decks is not the same. 6 of 8 would mean if, you know, you had 6 of the cards from Expo Master's deck match up against 6 of the cards from Pompeo's deck, and there's some more data there, but not much. If a player had a card in their deck but chose not to play it, they get to add another deck. Randall, that's a really good question, and I don't know the answer to that one. In the official dual mode within the game, that wouldn't work because you pre-lock your decks inside the game. So I don't know if that would be if they would allow that here. Here we go. Next game incoming. You can hear the music. Let's get to it. How do you get recognized in the CR community? Get some good ladder finishes. There you go. Confidential. And in fact, getting some good ladder finishes now will put you into CRL next season. That's pretty fun. Swimmer, yeah, they used to have to pre-submit 4 decks. They decided not to do that today. They decided to amend that so that you don't have to pre-submit decks. Big balloon connection. Pompeo goes full Pompeo in game number 2 and gets a lot of damage to open up. And that Inferno Dragon doesn't get into that next level of sizzle, but does do some good damage. 808 on the right-hand side. Full-on Kanye West. 1710 on the bottom right for Pompeo, the lead right now for one of the most famous players out of Mexico. That's Electro Giant for Expo Master. Do I think that one tricks on ladder have an advantage next year? No, I do not. So one thing about the upcoming changes to CRL, guys, is that a lot of the rules haven't been released yet, and they're going to be released. And I think that people who are currently skeptical of next year's CRL will, the more the rules that they see as they're released, the more they're going to see that it's, I think, actually be pretty cool from a competitive standpoint. It's going to be, you know, the players who were making pro salaries, I understand their gripe, and there's definitely some argument for them, and there's some argument that some of that system had become a bit stagnant. I'm not going to get really deep into it, but, you know, there were some players who were really, really going after it, and some players who were still playing because they had a salary, essentially. And I think that when people do see the full list of rules for this new CRL, I think they'll be happy about a lot of things. But I don't think that in the long run, again, a lot of the rules aren't released yet, but I don't think that you're going to see it benefit one tricks as much as you think. Expo Master hoping to get there in time, but that Electro Giant is real slow. And Pompeo takes game number 2. We're going to game 3 here, folks. Where can you see it in Spanish? The Paul. I don't know who's casting. I think it's Koji, but I'm not entirely sure. You have to be 16 to be in CRL, guys. I believe Koji has the Spanish stream, probably over on Twitch, most likely. As is often his case. Where do I think the CRL World Finals are next year? Pablo Escobar, great question. I hope somewhere with a beach. Somewhere where it's warm in the wintertime, right? I'm tired of being cold in the winter. I want CRL World Finals next year to be somewhere where in between matches I can go on a lounge chair, sit out, sip a Mai Tai, watch the waves for 7 minutes, and then run back in and do my next match. That's what I want, right? Any chance you'll be streaming on Trovo soon? Maybe. We'll see what happens. Any intel on the Kings Cup 3? No. Is Miniminter going to be in CRL 2021? Everybody is going to be in CRL 2021. Literally everyone. Guys, that's what's cool about CRL 2021, is that you could be in CRL 2021. So there are some things that I'm sad to be seeing go away, and some things that I'm really excited to see coming in. But one of them is all of you people, every single one of you who goes in chat and goes, wait, guy, I'm as good as these guys. I'm better than these guys. Now you can prove it. CRL's open to you. If you believe you are as good as these guys, there's $1.6 million on the line next year. $1.6 million. You believe you're as good as these guys? Go ahead. Get yourself enough. Put yourself together so that you can get a top 1,000 finish on ladder. Get into the tournament. Go. Prove it. This is your chance to prove it. Do it. I'm very excited for that. There's too much cream in my latte. My throat's a little gunky. Hold on. Please hold. Only top 1,000 though. Yeah, well, you can't make it like top 10,000. So you really like my chair? How will you prove it, Leo Clash? You'll prove it by finishing. Okay, guys, let's put it this way, right? And someone made this argument the other day. No, because you don't have a fully maxed account. Well, someone put it this way to me the other day, right? If you believe that you are capable of being a top-tier football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, football, soccer player, right? Well, then you buy cleats. You join teams. Like, you put some effort into it. And, you know, it's going to be easier to level up cards in 2021. They're continuing to make it easier and easier. And if you're free to play, if you're 100% free to play, and you believe that you have a chance of being good enough to win part of $1.6 million, then invest in yourself. That's my argument. You don't need to spend money on this game, do you, man? But if you honestly believe that you're good enough to win part of $1.6 million, invest in yourself a little bit. How to make a career as a caster. Work in entertainment for 15 years. How long have I been the commentator for Clash Royale? Since 2018. So interesting to note here that Pompeo and Expo Master have both run essentially the same deck. Expo Master running what Pompeo ran in game number 1, but with Fireball rather than Earthquake. Guys, it'll be every single month. You can go check out the official Clash Royale esports page. There was an announcement there on Twitter. There's more to come, but there will be monthly CRL based on that month's ladder. So you have, I think, 8 opportunities to qualify during the year, and then your performance over the course of those 8 will determine people's invitations to World Finals. Royal Giant on the right-hand side, Ice Wiz in response. And that Barb Barrel, I think, will keep the Ice Wiz on the board here. Yes, it will. No, not quite. Doesn't matter, though. RG goes down. Second RG down in left-hand lane for Expo Master. 1228 to 1758. Am I going to try for CRL 2021? No, I prefer to cast. I don't want that kind of pressure. Graveyard in for Pompeo left-hand side. Expo Master holding on. Yeah, someone's saying the 20-win challenge qualifies for tourney standard. Yeah, but the 20-win challenge didn't guarantee you entry. All the 20-win challenge did was make it so that someone would look at you. Maybe. But really, this is the most open system that's ever been had for professional Clash Royale. Graveyard Poison in left-hand lane. Zappy's right into it this time. Pompeo starting to turn up the heat here with triple elixir flowing. If he can defend here against this push, Pompeo has a good chance. But this is a difficult push to defend against. Giant Skeleton deep in enemy territory right now for Expo Master. Royal Giant does get one shot and will probably get a second, and yet Pompeo knows it. Expo Master gets the win. And guys, if you want tips on how to max your account, the most financially efficient way, win grand challenges. It's the most financially efficient way to max your account or to get yourself to a couple max decks. And by the way, if you can't win grand challenges, you're not going to win Clash Royale League. So that's my argument for you there. If you want to if you believe that you're good enough, that if given the chance, you could win part of $1.6 million. By the way, $75,000 given out every single month, plus the $1 million grand prize for World Finals. If you believe you're good enough, go start pushing your account on by winning grand challenges, and then you'll be able to get if you win a few grand challenges, start stacking that up, you'll get yourself at least a couple of max decks that are ladder viable pretty quickly. And if you can't win grand challenges, you don't belong in CRL. Them's the facts. And there you go. So, come get it. Prove it. I would love to see literally every single one of you in the chat in CRL next season. That would make me so happy. When are you considered a pro in Clash Royale? At Rich Slayton. When you make money doing it. Boom. I can win. Well, Asia, get some gems. There you go. Did I fix the music problem? Blake, I did. Thank you very much. I'm very excited about it. Very happy. When will CRL 2021 start? In 2021. Boom. Gotcha. Line and Razzer coming up next. And guys, if you don't have enough gems, invest in yourself. You wouldn't say, I want to be a professional basketball player and never own a basketball. Or join a basketball league. You know what I mean? Let's put it this way. I invested in myself for years to be here. I worked minimum wage jobs so that I would have the time to focus on doing commentary, doing stand-up comedy, doing all the things that I did. I lived in really crummy places, really crummy apartments and houses throughout LA in my 20s. I invested in myself to get where I am. You think I got here just like luckily, like randomly? I invested in myself. So invest in yourselves. Believe in yourself a little bit. And yeah, if you can't find $5 to get yourself a little thing of gems to play some grand challenges, I don't know how to help you. Fiverr is a great way to go. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll play GCs if they give a free emote for 12 wins. Well, there's a badge that they give you. Always a little luck. Yeah, I mean, look, luck plays into it, but the more you commit to yourself, the more pub, you kind of make your own luck to a certain degree. And I was 10 years into the entertainment business when I got the CRL job. You know what I mean? So you could say there was some, obviously, like, luck can bounce one way or the other, but also invest in yourself. Let's see. Can All Stars Clash only be watched on YouTube Live? Can I watch the tournament at a later time? Yes. Yesterday's video should have been up, but there's a problem with the encoder. Some sort of weird encoding problem on... I'm actually going to check on it right now on YouTube. Here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into our next game. And let's see if this encoding issue there was some sort of processing issue with YouTube yesterday. Yeah, so yesterday's video is still processing for some reason. So as soon as it's working, I'll put that yesterday's video up. This one will be up immediately. V-Bob saying, I can't count the number of times I've gotten 11 wins at GC, so I have to get the 12. Yeah. Pub Stomper saying, how much did you know about Clash before commentating gig? I was there's a weird little issue there with the connection. Let me go ahead and readjust this 1 second. Boom. There we go. That should be fixed. I was a super casual player. I was a super casual 4K player before I got the job, but I was a professional broadcaster. I've been, speaking professionally my entire life. I've been, you know, I've been a stand-up comedian since 2008. Was a play-by-play commentator for mixed martial arts for 7 years. So they brought me in because I knew enough about the game to be able to say what was happening. And then I'm a professional broadcaster. So there you go. Razzer, a.k.a. the King Killer. His opening run in CRL 2018 was absolutely legendary. Next level stuff. I believe he started off with 2 King of the Hill sweeps. Do I think that the professional organization will still exist next year? Try Space Station Team Liquid. I think it's up to them. Some of them will, some of them won't. You know, this is going to be a little bit more like prize fighting, a little bit more like you know, like solo sports, tennis, golf, MMA, boxing, and I actually like the MMA comparison a lot. There will be sponsorships, I believe. And some of these orgs will choose to sponsor players, and some of them will choose not to. But it's not going to be the same as it was, but change isn't necessarily a bad thing. We'll find out. And Line, the defending no-tilt world champion, taking game number 1 over Razzer. Oh, John Luke Shearman with a good point there. Rose has a really good interview with me about how I got into CRL. Yeah, if you want to know my CRL story, yeah, Rose and I did a really good podcast that where he got the whole story, piece by piece. We did the long version of the story there. Protege22 asking, Rich Layton, what if any other similarities between casting MMA and CR? Actually, more than you would think. They're very similar in the back and forth moments, weird lulls where you talk about, you kind of like have to fill the moment where not much is happening. Big blows, it's solo, head-to-head. A lot of similarities in terms of the casting style, which I think is part of why I fit well during the auditions for CRL. Started off with a 12-game winning streak, says RNZ Gaming. Yeah. A lot of binodes in the, or B-node, I can't remember which one it is. A lot of those in the chat right now. Shout out, India. Let's see. Did I lie on my resume and tell him a 20-win player to get the job? No, not at all. I told him exactly what I was. But here's the thing about a commentary team, right? And this is how commentary is supposed to work. As a commentary team, you're supposed to have a broadcaster paired with an expert, right? In football, you have someone like Tony Romo, former Dallas Cowboys quarterback, who's the expert, paired with people who are just professional broadcasters, people who have a good voice, who understand how to run the broadcast from a vocal perspective, things like that. And the beginning of CRL 2018, my partner and I was paired with a different person than Andrew Guy, and we were both doing the same job. We were both the broadcaster guy. And then when we switched over to Andrew, and it was myself and Andrew, he had a guy who was really understood the game well, paired with a guy who was a good broadcaster. And you guys, if you guys watch CRL 2018, you can see the difference very quickly of when it's myself and Andrew versus myself and my former partner. And then, we got better and better as time goes on. And I think you guys will like things even more in 2021 from a commentary standpoint. I think it's going to keep on getting better. What do I need to know about CR in order to get the job? What did they ask you? They actually, I try to remember the interview. That's actually one of the best questions. So I went through a series of taped auditions to get the CRL job. Let's go ahead and jump into the action here. I went through a series of taped auditions for the CRL job where I did commentary over different videos and talked about myself and things like that. And then for the final audition, they actually brought us in live with a few of the Clash Royale esports team and the producers and things like that. They had us comment live over some gameplay they had commented over before. And then they just talked to us a bit. They asked us a bit about, hey, what sort of changes would you make in this deck? What do you think about this play? They had to sort of talk to us about the game that we just commentated, and we just had a decent conversation. And again, my knowledge then was far inferior to my knowledge now, but my knowledge was good enough for what they wanted, which was someone who was a good broadcaster, and they were planning for the long-term future of CRL. And I'm really happy they did, because this has been big for my family. Here we go, game number 2. Line with the advantage. Razzer going Mortar GY. and line going GY cycle. So despite the nerf to Graveyard, Graveyard is still very popular. But you only see Graveyard a maximum of 2 times in a best of 3. So even with Graveyard still being maybe OP, maybe still a little bit too strong in some ways, we'll see. Because of dual mode, this is it. This is the only Graveyard you'll see in this matchup. Have you ever played a BO5 against Andrew? No, I don't feel like getting stomped. Did you want Killer to post the link to yesterday's live stream? It's still, I mean, oh, because it's unlisted. Yeah, but it's still processing for a reason because there's half an hour of extra stuff on the front end because of all the technical stuff. So it can go up when it goes up. If the processing thing doesn't fix, then I'll fix it. Then I'll just go ahead and change it. But I would like it to go up with the appropriate editing stuff on it. Phil Velasco saying, I think Rich and Ash would be the best duo since Hall & Oates. Not Garfunkel and Oates. Hall & Oates. You know, I can't argue against that. How good is Andrew? Better than I am by a lot. I'm just, I'm inconsistent. I'll have games where I play like a genius and games where I play like a complete ding-dong. Why do I keep saying that Andrew's a way better player than I am? Because he is. That's probably the best way to put it. Here we go, sudden death overtime. Currently, Line does have the lead both in games and, of course, in this game's damage. Musketeer to the left-hand side. Probably not going to support that, will Razzer. Ola from Texas, hello. It's not the Julian Castro. That would be hilarious if it were. If actual Julian Castro was the a Clash Royale fan. He's like, I'm bored of politics. I want to watch some dual mode battles. Cannon cart in front of the mortar here. Bomb tower have to hold on. Line does have the lead, but he's the one playing from behind at the moment in terms of momentum. And right now, Raz just continuing to spam at the bridge here, do everything he can to keep this mortar on the board and force Line to make defensive reactive choices rather than get any offense going. And there you go, Graveyard in. Poison in response. Razzer not able to get really on tower right now. Line doing a good job, but just enough damage gets through. Right now, it is Razzer with the lead. Cannon cart tries to go on through, and it goes right past the bomb tower. The bomb tower does not get the cannon cart, and that's going to be a GG. We're going to game number 3. Hugo Hernandez, I heard you're moving to the Lone Star State. That's the plan. I'm currently in Texas, and then I will head back to California for a bit. Then I'll be moving to Texas permanently in the second half of this year. What do I think about minor wall breakers? I don't know how anyone's good with it. I tried playing minor wall breakers a bunch, and I cannot figure it out. I am real bad at minor wall breakers. Andrew and I both, actually. We talk about it a bunch. We're like, we don't understand how pros are so good with it. We play with it, and we both just get completely blown out of the water. You saw the writing on the wall in that matchup, everybody, when we're down and was just enough ahead. I think Andrew's personal best is 6.6, but I'm not entirely sure, Zach. He was just enough ahead to keep on spamming stuff at the bridge, to protect that mortar, and to force Line to pretty much only play defense. And once that happens in this matchup, that's really bad news for Line. He just could not do anything offensively, couldn't get through, and it was just it felt like a matter of time there unless Razzer made a big mistake at that point. Where am I from? I'm from Sacramento, California originally. Lived in Los Angeles now for about 12 years. I'm currently staying in Austin, Texas for a few months. And then eventually making the permanent move here partway through 2021. Oh, yeah, let's see. Yash Vardian saying, why 1.2K watch only 460 likes? That's a good question. 1.2K people watching. Why are there only 460 likes? Huh? Huh? I'm personally hurt by it. I really hurt, man. Let's see. Oh, Storm talking about how he's on a mod over on the Twitch side. Rough there, bud. Where is this in Spanish? Maria, go ahead and take that link to the official Twitter account for this event. You can find the Spanish cast there. Rich, I live in Iran and Iran have weak internet. What should I do? I straight up have no answer to that question. You live in Iran and Iran has bad internet. What should I do? I have nothing for you, man. Leave Iran if internet is an issue for that. Why is everybody moving to Texas? The main reason is it's just cheaper cost of living, but still a nice quality of life. Hey, sure do you love using code RICH in the shop? That's right, guys, code RICH. I almost forgot about it. Code RICH. Boom. That's super helpful to use. You know what? I just realized something, folks. Give me 1 second here. We might have a slight hiccup here for a moment, and then we're going to have, I think, a much more stable connection, in fact, everyone. Because we're now hardwired with the internet. I realized I never transferred it back over after CRL. What do I think? Let's see. What do I think about 2021 CRL? Sad that, yes, I'm going to miss King of the Hill and 2v2, but change is change. Will deck level matter in CRL 2021? Only during the latter portion, but for the rest of it, it'll be tournament standard. Why are all the Californians moving to Texas, Rich? Because it's really cheap here, by comparison. You still get a pretty good quality of life. Most Californians are moving to the Austin area, not just Texas. They're not moving to, like, Lubbock or Killeen or Waco. They're just moving to Austin, mostly. But, yeah, that's what's happening. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go ahead and do something here real quick. Let me go ahead and do un momento, por favor. As we're doing this, let's go ahead and go there. Let's go ahead and go there. Where are we? Where are we? Boom. 1 second. Boom, there's the creator code. Use my code, code RICH. There you go, boom. Welcome to ATX Tryout Franklin's, yep. Well, right now, Lion better try to log on that right-hand tower. Oh, it's only 97 HP. Fireball is probably a better choice, right? Did he just cycle barbs in the back? Oh, for the miner, not for the fireball. I was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh, 1 HP! Oh my gosh! No way! No way! What? Someone on Twitch clip that. Here I am looking at Franklin's Barbecue, and Razzer puts off a Team Liquid special. Woo! Guys, don't everyone go spam Morton with that, by the way. Don't go ahead and spam Morton with that. That would be rude. I know that a lot of you are going to be like, look what happened, Morton. No, don't do it. Don't do it. 1 HP, Razzer. The King Killer holds on with a big one. Whoo, boy. Whoo, boy. Let's get it. Clip, 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 clip that. I wish we had replays. Give me those replays. Oh, for the love of God. The Team Liquid special. Shout out Clash Royale Esports. I see you lurking. All that matters is the win. 784, 1 HP, 1 HP. Yeah, you've watched that clip a few times, I'm guessing. Guys, if you want to watch it in a different language, there's all your places. There's your Twitch, your Twitter link, or all your event info. And if you want to watch it in Spanish, Portuguese, German, French. Algonquin, is that a language? I believe it is. Go ahead and grab it there. But if you want to watch it in English, I'm your guy. I'm your guy right here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add something here. One moment, please. Let's see if this totally makes my computer hate me. You know what? We're not going to do that because it will make my computer hate me, so never mind. Yeah. But what we will do is we're going to do that. We're going to go here. And boom. There you go. Use code RICH in the shop, guys. Why? Because it's nice. That's why. Let's see. Let's take a look at the. Let's take a look at the chat here. Oh, I accidentally muted myself for a second there. Let's look at the chat here for a second. Why not Mugi? I think he took the day off. I think he's focusing on some school stuff right now. Let's see. Some more. Let's look at some more chatting. When does it start? We've been going there, Brady. Rich, did you live in another country? You have a good view of diversity? Yeah, I lived in Scotland for a year. But also I'm Californian, and most of us have a pretty decently diverse worldview by comparison. Can I do a Thanos impression? Like the Marvel villain Thanos? That guy? That's so. Just what do I do? Snap, and that's it. Balance. What's the oldest player playing competitive? It was Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was like 28 in the first season of CRL. I'm not sure who it is now. I am inevitable. Yeah, I mean, I can't get that voice. That's a crazy voice. How old am I? Old enough. Goblin Cage, Bar Barrel. When will the losers group start? Here's the full-on schedule for the day. Fireball left-hand side, Ram Rider pulled back by the NATO. That's a lot spent by Paradox, but still stays even on Elixir at the moment. I think this is the first Ram Rider we've seen in this tournament overall. Elsiop is 25 according to the feed. Guys, I see some people talking about who's the better commentator, and honestly, I don't care. If you like Ash, which, hey, guess what? Ash is a good friend of mine, and I like him a lot. If you like me better, awesome. There's different flavors for every set of taste buds. What's the best card in Clash Royale, in my opinion? The Ice Golem. Best card. Never nerf it. Never change it. I wish I had an Ice Golem to hang out with me. We'd be best friends. Be like Frozen, but better. Without the annoying music. Mega Knight does not connect right-hand side. E-Dragon going to go ahead and do its work. Nice fireball there. E-Dragon will get one shot and a nice King Tower activation for Anaban. Very nice King Tower activation for Anaban. Got that down just in time. Royal Giant to the right-hand side. Dark Prince behind. Henry, no, I'll do it how I want to. That's how it works. This is just me hanging out on my channel, having some fun doing Clash Royale, and I don't yell at every single move. Like, what do you want to be like? Anyways, just came down! Oh my god, and now there's a Mega Knight! A Mega Knight came down! Can you believe that he had a Mega Knight? The Goblin Cajun responds, here comes an Ice Wizard, a Dark Prince at the bridge, but it doesn't have a shield. There's 2 minutes left, and an Inferno Dragon. Who would believe an Inferno Dragon would happen? Right, I'm not doing that. I'll go big when it's time to go big, and I'll provide some measured and relaxed commentary right now, because I'm just commentating by myself on my channel, having fun. Fat Fingers esports team, what, so we can all miss our placements there, Zaylen? Fireball in, Bar Barrel. Can you cast in CRL mode? I'm a CRL already. Well, I'm having a guest commentator on tomorrow, guys. And there'll be some more CRL mode stuff tomorrow. That's for sure. But notice that I never read chat during CRL. So if you guys want CRL mode, it would be me ignoring the chat for the whole broadcast. But, yeah, no, I don't read chat during CRL because that's how I stay focused and deliver that high-level stuff. 1187 right-hand side, 391. Anaban trying to hold on, but getting piled on at the bridge right now. It's a good fireball. That's a really good fireball out of Anaban. If he can hold here, this should be his win. And that's a good zap. What a zap. What a zap. Royal Giant gets one shot. 391 holding on. Mr. Perfect, stop spamming to make me do a thing. I'm not a circus animal. Oh, Magic Archer gets one. Magic Archer gets two, and that's a GG. Well played. Anaban takes game number one. Who do I think is going to win this tournament? I don't know. I think that's one of the interesting things about this tournament is that with this different game mode, using the duel mode, there's a lot to be learned about these players here. Elliot Krantz, do I think the 1 HP game or the reverse sweep was better? That's a really hard question to answer, right? That's a really hard question to answer. I think the 1 HP game, just for so many reasons. Because it was a deciding game, because it was Surgical Goblin and Morton, because it was in front of 1,200 fans live, that we were all like, you know, that's I think one of the hard parts for, obviously, CRL World Finals 2020, where it was amazing. I was surprised. I said this during the broadcast. I was surprised that it still felt like World Finals, even though we weren't there. So that was one of the really cool things. I think one of the victories of CRL World Finals this year. And the reverse sweep was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But everything about that 1 HP moment, this SK Liquid rivalry, it being Surgical Goblin who did it, even the shot. You know what? If you guys rewatch that, if you rewatch that 1 HP moment, which I'm sure you've watched it dozens of times, if not hundreds of times by now, there's a cameraman there who deserves a raise. Like, this cameraman, someone needs to pay him a salary for life. Because there's this shot where, as we're I think I'm the one talking. I can't remember if it's myself or Andrew. But as we're commentating, where the camera's on Surge, and he turns to the camera and does, like, the heart hands to the camera. And it's from a shot's, like, from behind him, and it zooms in on his hands. It gets his hands, like, framing some fans and stuff. It's this gorgeous shot that cameraman just, like, the instant he saw the hands, pushed right in on the hands there. It's one of those, it's such a great moment overall. So Yeah, no, I think the 1 HP game has to be it, but the reverse sweep by Queso is certainly up there, for sure. 2019 was just amazing, though. And the fact that it was an English-speaking home crowd for us as opposed to being in Tokyo, where we weren't in the room. It was the Japanese casters in the room. Corgan TV, I wish you were my wedding host. Corgan TV, I'm an ordained minister from, like, the Universal something church or whatever. You know, I got ordained online so I could be an officiant. But I'm legally allowed to officiate weddings in most states in the U.S. So, guys, if anyone here wants to get married and is looking for an officiant, DMs are open. But you know, I'm not cheap. Yeah, guys, I'm not in control of any of the game time stuff. So here we go, game number 2, and definitely graveyard for Paradox, probably graveyard for Anaban. It's interesting how much graveyard's coming out in game 2 or game 3 and very little in game 1. Oh yeah, that was great. I'm just going to watch. You can commentate. More of Us 2020. Yeah, hell yeah. Andrew and I are having fun with that one. I mean, also, like, passing 16 hours over 2 days is certainly no small lift. Also switching yourself to Chinatown. Which team do I cheer for? I cheer for the Oakland Athletics. I cheer for the Texas Longhorns in football. I cheer for... I guess I'm going to become an Austin Soul fan in the MLS. That's what you were asking, right? You were definitely asking about sports, not about Clash Royale? Okay, good to know. So GY for Paradox and Anaban. You know, it's funny. I first learned about Paradox from TV Royale, oddly enough. When I was first starting my channel, I was looking for content for my channel and decided to cast over some TV Royale matches. And I think it was like a Paradox versus St. Bellican match or something. And that's the first time I saw Paradox. You cheer for Longhorns? Yes, yeah. Well, my dad went to University of Texas. My wife's whole family went to the University. My wife is actually the only member of her family who didn't go to UT. And I mean, like, she has 13 cousins who all went to UT. That sort of thing. And her mom, and her dad, and her sister. It's on a 15-second slow mode, guys, for YouTube chat. $11.70 to $14.79. Graveyard in, but high bomb tower means nothing crossing the bridge to tank quite yet. Good high control out of Paradox so far. Here we are, sudden death overtime. And yeah, guys, just so you know, there will be a special guest commentator tomorrow. Very excited about it. I will not tell you who it is. You'll find out tomorrow. Or if that special guest decides to announce it on his Twitter. Uzair, you defeated Anaban? In a whole best of one? Amazing. No one's done that. But I'll tell you guys this, it's not Dip tomorrow. I will actually say that one. Dip is not the special guest tomorrow. Although Dip is a very special guest. What's my favorite junk meal? Burritos, bro. You don't have to ask that. But yeah, it is not Dip, it's tomorrow, guys. I think you'll be very excited when you see who it is. Oh, that's a nice nado from Anaban, and the baby dragon gets on tower. What a huge tornado out of Anaban. That might be the one that wins him the game if he can defend Graveyard here. Paradox going full Graveyard poison opposite side. And Anaban struggling here. 101, but that'll be it. Poison gets in. What a nice tornado out of Anaban. I need to get my own clip that button. You know, maybe I can just go ahead and put that into my setup here. I don't have a clip that button on my. If someone from Twitch would clip that one, and I will go ahead and add my own clip that button into my stream deck here, because I realized I forgot to do so. There you go. Where's Twitch? There's Twitch. And let's go hit a create clip button. Boom. Now I got one. Now I got one. Boom. And now I will hit the clip that button. There we go. Hopefully I clipped it. I thought Paradox was supposed to play Mugi. Yeah, Mugi had to drop out of the tournament. It happens. That was a very, very nice baby dragon, though. Out of Anaban. Do I stream on YouTube and Twitch? Today I am. Thank you, DC, for that clip. I do appreciate it. Anaban created too many snipes. Yeah. Anaban does a good job with it. No have sound? No, we have sound. KKK. There's plenty of sound here, as far as I'm aware. And let's see. Let me go ahead and hit you guys with one of these. Is that going to work? Come on. Are you going to work here? Come on. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and move that up a little bit so it's not. Use code RICH, guys. It's a nice thing to do. What's my main deck on ladder? Good question. I primarily, right now, I mean, it changes season by season. Right now, I'm playing Lumberloon with Ice Spirit. Ice Spirit's back. I'm playing Lumberloon with Ice Spirit right now. That's what I'm going with. It's been fun. I've been a Lumberloon player often throughout my Clash Royale lifetime. But right now, Lumberloon Ice Spirit is what I'm going for. I played Lumberloon Heal back in like February, March of this year. But yeah, right now, Lumberloon with Ice Spirit. That's what I'm going for. I didn't play Lumberloon for... I have never won a Grand Challenge, Crispin. I am not pro. I am not that pro. I'm just a commentator. That's why there are people who play competitively and people who talk about it. What's up with the mid-ladder open tournament? It would be entertaining for pros to see the misplays and crazy decks. I think they've seen those. Gross for a Mortar 2.6 triple spell. Yeah, I played Mortar triple spell for a minute. I've played just about everything ladder wise. The only things I don't play on ladder are things that I don't have maxed, right? Like I don't play Lava Hound on ladder. I don't play Ram Rider. Like I don't play Ram Rider on ladder. Which one of the casters do I think is the best at the game? Deco, the Portuguese caster. He actually had an offer for a CRL team and CRL Latam, and declined it to become a caster instead, which is a pretty good call. But yeah, I played Mortar. Let's see. You know what? I'll tell you guys. My trophy best, I'm a 6.3 is my best. Hold on one second. Weird casting. Let casting now. Sorry, guys. That's a money thing. Money has to come first. You know what I mean? Money overall. Let me check after. One second. Let me see something. Sorry, guys. Have to do a quick little housekeeping issue over here. Yeah, Deco. I don't know what Deco's in-game... You know, actually, I know Deco's in-game. Bassotto won CRL 20 spring. That's not its achievement. Yeah, I don't know why. That's not on me. Rich Lane, I didn't know you were on chess.com. Oh, yeah. I just started on chess.com. Pretty mediocre, but I'm bad at 5-minute games. I'm actually pretty good at 10-minute games, but 5-minute games, decision-making is way too fast. Let me see. What is Deco's in-game name? Because he's on my friends list. Give me a second. What's the set score? This is game number 1. This is game number 1 of this one, so don't worry. Don't you worry your little heads there, folks. Deco on Clash Royale is Decow, D-E-C-O-W _ YouTube. And his personal best is 7K, 713, and he has a top 2,000 finish. 20-win challenge winner. He's the best of the casters by far. He's the best by far. So the Battle of the Brazilians. Certainly 2 of the top Brazilians of all time. Thank you, Elliot, for the Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to you, too. You know, that's an interesting question. Who do you guys think who do you think is the best Brazilian of all time, or who are the best Brazilians of all time? Lucas and Samuel probably have to be 1 and 2 on that list. I mean, Samuel, of course, top ladder player, depending on how whether you put Pompeo above him or not. Lucas, of course, certainly phenomenal. Problematic saying the guy who swept Nova is the best Brazilian of all time. Wallace? We'll see if he can earn that title, but he had a good World Finals moment. 9:38 left-hand side for Samuel. And let's see. To answer the question about decks, guys, the current decks that I have loaded up in my on my main account are Minor Loon, Hog Triple Spell, Lumber Loon, 6 Loon, and a Bridge Spam deck, a P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam deck, but with E-Barbs instead because it was fun to play in challenges. But it's not a ladder deck. I did have a Graveyard deck in there. I did have Splash Yard in there, but I took it out. Well, for those of you who welcome home, yeah, happy Christmas for you if you're someone who celebrates Christmas. Not my cup of eggnog, but I hope everyone here enjoys their holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. It's a cheeky NATO there out of Lucas. He's going to eat a lot of damage on the right-hand side, but does that matter? That NATO might be enough to take the game here for Lucas. Graveyard in, poison on defense. But Graveyard opposite direction, and this is going to be a hard one. Barb Barrel does get in front, though, to pick up the Spear Goblins. Good defense by the Pain Gaming player. High cage. Lucas has to hope that Baby Dragon turns back around, and it does. For just 1 second, though. Final 30 seconds. 384 to 319, and that poison ticking away. Just like that for him, but Samuel does have the lead. Barb Barrel in, 2 Baby Dragons down. I don't think Samuel can hold on. Lucas takes game number 1. GG, well played. So it's safe to say I'm a Balloon player. Yeah, Loon's probably my favorite. It's my favorite to play. I don't know if I'm best at Balloon, but it's my favorite to play. Anderson Silva, best Brazilian of all time. I can't argue with that there, Nimbus. I cannot argue against that one. Pain Gaming, all Brazilian roster? No. Pain Gaming this year had a Canadian and a Portuguese player. In the past, it has been all Brazilian. Of course, first season had a Spaniard and Carnage. And there you go, win for Lucas. Yeah, guys, we're still going to see. And by the way, when Samuel announced his retirement, I told everyone that wasn't going to happen. I immediately said everyone, Samuel's not actually retiring. Nah. I knew that one. Some people are actually retiring. Some people are just saying they're retiring. We'll see what sticks, what doesn't. Very, very curious to see how that shakes out as time goes on. Let's see. Do I have a PS5? I don't have a PS4. I might get a PS5. We'll see what happens. My 2021 is going to be very busy, so we'll see if I even have time for a PS5. Although I am casting an Apex Legends event on the 9th of January, so I had to put in some Apex time to get myself all in the mode for casting, because I have not been playing much Apex the last month or two. So I have to get myself back up. Lucas versus Jack, 2.6 hog mirror match. Who wins? No idea. No idea. Is it fixed starting hand? Because that makes things even more compelling for 2.6 mirror, right? That's an interesting question. Interesting question in general. Should I have an E-Wiz or Inferno Dragon in deck? Depends on the deck there. Locked away. Yeah, Apex is the best Battle Royale. For sure. For sure. Apex is my favorite in the Battle Royale genre. It's the, like, I basically play 3 games right now. I play Clash Royale, I play Dragon Champions, which is like my guilty pleasure mobile game, and then I play Apex. I've actually been playing some Rocket League lately. I'm really bad at it. I am terrible at Rocket League. Didn't realize how hard that game was. Never played it before until like a week ago. I've been playing some Rocket League, and ooh boy. Lucidity, is this your full-time job? Yes, this and producing. I was just doing commentary and stuff for the last 2 years and decided to jump into production over this last year. And so, yeah. Content creating, casting, content creating, and being an actual full-on producer. I've been playing a little bit of Brawl lately, too. Not a lot, a little bit. Do I have any cats? Nope. I have a dog. Do I like Mother Witch? I haven't played it a ton. Yeah, nice miner there, for sure. Who is the Portuguese player in Pain Gaming? Vitor. Vitor is from Portugal. Miner in to the outside this time. Skeletons to pick up. I'm debating picking up FIFA again. We'll see. I am the reigning, defending, undefeated, 2-time back-to-back Comedy Store FIFA tournament champion. So, I'm debating to get back into FIFA. We'll see. Miner to the left-hand side. Bats behind. That Electro Spirit is key in this one. You get the option to nerf one card. What card do you want to nerf? I want to nerf Barbhut into Oblivion. I want to give Barbhut 1 HP, and it only spawns 2 barbs the entire lifetime. That's why I'm not on the balance team. So I would make Barbhut cost 10 elixir. I would make it have only 1 HP, and it would actually just, it wouldn't even spawn any barbarians. It would just have a barbarian mustache on it. .30 right-hand side. And yeah, no way to pick up that miner, so Lucas has to really go on the right-hand side. The double spirit deck is interesting here. Goes Fireball on the... Oh, man. Good idea there from Lucas. Couldn't get it done. Samuel takes game number 2, and we're going to a game number 3, folks. And here's the matchup data on this one. Again, not much, no precise data on this matchup. RG Double Spirit. Interesting choice here out of Lucas. Favorite legendary card? Probably the Magic Archer. Magic Archer is just cool. Clumsy Gambino. Oh, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Rich, why is the game takes different language? Because this is being produced by a Brazilian company, so it's all in Portuguese. There you go. How many trophies do I have right now? I don't know. I'm not really pushing ladder right now. Somewhere in the 5Ks right now. We'll see if I push into the season or not. But right now, I'm not really pushing. I think the best player of all time is Mike Tyson. Interesting argument. I've heard he only plays beatdown. See what I did? Let's see. Game number 3 should be coming here in just a second. Rich, will you friendly battle me in the clan? Nope, I don't do friendly battles. Just not interested in it. Let's see. Nerf Night Witch. Some people don't like the Night Witch, sure. What do I think about the new CRL? We talked about it quite a bit. I'm excited to see what comes next. Do you know how to speak anything word in Portuguese? Obrigado. Jiu-jitsu, right? Hype in the chat. Oh, thank you, Sandy. 5 pounds from Sandy. Mwah. 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 Thank you, Sandy. Do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and jump into our next game. So this time it's minor wall breakers for Lucas and arrows. Interesting. So we'll see if Lucas is it's gonna be important for him to make sure he's not clumping up with those spears and those wall breakers and give a little bit too much arrows value. And if he can keep on forcing those arrows out with the wall breakers, get that +1 every time, could be good for him. We'll see. Will I play Diablo 4? Maybe. I was a Diablo 2 addict. Oh, wow, look at this. Just full-on nasty E-barbs push. Good bomb tower pickup here. Well, I played Diablo 3, and I did not like it as much as Diablo 2. Why am I in school and watching this? Because you're a bad student, King. That's why. Valk with the elixir lead for Lucas. So this is looking like balloon for Samuel, maybe? Dante's Inferno with the dabs in there. I do not know that Gringo mode on person. Luis. That's a nice little earthquake there out of Lucas. He has the elixir advantage, and here you go. Here goes the 6-man. Smart arrows out of Samuel. And wall breakers don't connect. Very well played by Samuel here. Rich greater than Joe Rogan. That's quite the comp. Guys have had a very successful career. Valk to the right-hand side. Fisherman high in response. Samuel's not going to support the Fisherman. No need to at this point. And I don't know if that's enough to stop the connection. And it's not. Huge connection for Lucas. Huge, huge connection for Lucas. Miner goes to the front inside. Good pickup there by Samuel. This is a real tough spot overall for Samuel. Difficult for him to break through. Difficult for him to defend. And now he's going to try to just go hard on the opposite lane here and hope. But that bomb tower will clean things up. Easy, easy win. Lucas comes out on top in the first Battle of the Brazilians. Your favorite emote is the Kissing Goblin. I like the wizard who blows out the flame. That's my favorite. So Sammy, as you can see, didn't even get to the balloon. And Samuel just wasn't able to really create legitimate dual lane pressure. Bomb tower, a big part of that. Good pressure out of Lucas. Playing the deck that Andrew and I have both tried and completely failed with. Absolute, just emotional devastation. Guys, I see that I now see that we're at 695 likes and 1,300 viewers. So if just a few of you throw some likes, we can get 1,000 likes here in the chat. 1,000 likes on this video, that'd be one of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like a thing that makes you happy. I'd like it. Does he read this chat? I do read the Twitch chat a little bit, Yoru, but mostly I'm on the YouTube chat. But I pop over to Twitch here in a minute. What's my dog's name? My dog's name is Boone, named after Daniel Boone, the famous American explorer. So there you go. Hey, Supa, off topic, but just got accepted to my college I wanted to go to. Congrats, man. Hey, congratulations. I'm proud of you, and I hope that I wish you all the best success there. Have some fun. Go to class occasionally. You know, your education at whatever college you go to is what you make out of it. So put in some effort and take some classes that make no sense. That's actually my other advice for college. Take some classes that you just like, because you're like, that seems interesting. Don't just take classes that are directly throughout the main thing you do for your major or whatever. Take some classes that are just like nonsense classes and have fun with it. Well done. Well done. Oh, wait, Rich, why don't you have a YouTube channel? You're watching my YouTube channel, dude. Nice troll, though. Solid troll. What are my top 5 favorite CRL memes? 2 of them are from this season. The RF yawn. And then the Lapo flop. The Floppo. I'm sorry, but it's just great. I know it's an emotional, hard moment, but the flop is just too much. Colton's yell from Season 1 is really great. Colton's yell from Season 1, like the ah! I mean, that's just classic. That one has to be in there. After that, I don't really know. Those are the 3 that probably my three favorites. If you're looking for the Espanol stream, there is the Twitter account. Let me see, at Hector. Let me try to find, let's see. At Hector. There you go. All right. There you go. That should help. Let's go ahead and jump into our next game. You added me on Insta. Oh, thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. Everything at Rich Slayton, by the way. So look at that Canyon Cart Graveyard for Wallace. No! Is this clone for Wallace? We saw Belly have some clone luck yesterday, and I do think that a well-timed clone play could be great here. Oh, Buffmax's phone call was great, yeah. Wingswing with the E-bars and CWA challenge, that was fun. So Mortar Cannon Cart Graveyard for Cody Go. And I think Wallace... Oh, it might just be a bridge spam deck here instead. Everyone looking for the Spanish cast, go and check out. That's where you get your info for other casters. If you want to do a different language, you go there. Do I ever throw down in the club? Well, I think my clubbing days are behind me. So Cody Go, the captain of Colombia for Clash Royale Esports, led Colombia to a top 4 finish this last year in the No-Tilt Worlds. And really, it looked like, considering how he played in No-Tilt Worlds, it really felt like Dignitas had a good shot at being a little bit better this season for 2020 CRL, but just didn't come together, and a lot of it was they just didn't have a true head-to-head identity. It took a while for Bale to get moving. Hug from Portugal. Thank you very much, Pedro. Do appreciate it. Which headphones are these? These are the Audio Technica BP HS1 running through a Scarlett 2i2. There you go. Picked up the Mortar high here, so it is an interesting no big spell bridge spam variation for Wallace in game 1, which is going to keep Cody Go guessing a lot in the next couple of games. Graveyard in left-hand side, Hunter in the back. No excellent Graveyard response for Wallace. Has to troop up like crazy. But that could turn into some pretty good counter pressure, so we'll see if he can pull that off. Six-man split, 3 and 3. Final minute 20. Cannon Cart sets up left-hand side for Cody Go. Is Sergio Ramos with Nova in 2018 fall? Yes, he was with Nova in 2018. He didn't appear with Nova at the World Finals, but he was on the roster for 2018 for both seasons, but did not appear in finals. This GY Mortar deck is getting boring. Yeah, I agree, Ash. I wouldn't mind seeing people move away from it, but you understand why it's in there. Flying Machine high in the middle, trying to open up some room on the outsides. And that Battle Ram should connect, and it does. Big Battle Ram connection. Cannon Cart behind. Cody Go in a lot of trouble on the right-hand side. Cannon Cart not going to get on tower, but will get on the Musketeer, create a little bit more damage here. Log not there quite in time. Graveyard in left-hand side, 4-2 split for Wallace right now. Final 15 seconds. Oh, Mother Witch is banned from this event, guys. Just so you know. And there you go. Wallace takes game number 1 over Cody Go. And there you have it. Wallace having no individual card that's a really great direct counter to Graveyard. Except maybe the recruits, I guess, if they're so expensive. But able to really stack up and then create pressure in the opposite direction. And that worked out very well for him. Recruit's a very interesting card to find its spot in the meta now. For a long time, just didn't really have a place. Of course, when they opened, it was insanely OP. One of the few emergency nerfs ever done for CRL. Yoru, not exactly sure what you mean by that question over on the Twitch side. Yo, are you just spamming the same thing over and over again in the YouTube chat? Guys, if you post your thing twice and I don't respond to it, just let it go. Move on to the next thing in your life. Not trying to be rude to anybody, but, you know, never look back. Always look forward. So next game coming up in just a minute. Is Morton playing? No, Morton's taking some time off. Going to do some content creating, but he'll be back in 2021 for sure. Morton's a competitor, and that's one of my favorite things about Morton. He really is a competitor. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit here. There we go. Morton likes to compete. He wants to win. So we'll see more of Morton in 2021. But for now, taking a little break, getting a little R&R, little much-deserved rest and relaxation. So we'll be back with our next game in just a moment. Rich, play Titanfall 2 since you like Apex. I just don't have time to add that many more games. I kind of can only play games that like relate to my life professionally in some way, and I cast the occasional Apex game. Like Apex is my fun, the game I enjoy playing the most outside of Clash Royale, like in my downtime. But it is sort of that's my relaxation game that I am able to sometimes cast. Give me 1 second here, because I seem to have... Let me just check on something. I wonder if we're actually done 1 second. Because that might be it. That actually might be the end. Hold on, I'm checking right now with the production, but that might have been the last game. Because I just lost. I don't have a feed anymore. Give me 1 second, guys. I thought we still had more going. But I don't have the clean feed. That's weird. GG, they banned you. Yeah, no. I don't know what's going on there. Why we've lost, why we no longer have the clean feed here. That's very strange. Well, give me a second, folks. I am going to switch. The clean feed seems to be gone. I don't know where it went. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm asking production right now. Trying to find out what's going on here. Waiting for answers on production, and hopefully we'll be back with this game. Give us the dirty feed again. I see what you did there. Because, you know, the clean, dirty, they're two different. I get you. Oh, yeah, the prize pool, by the way, guys. As long as we're waiting here for them to give us the gameplay back. Yeah, but it's not. But it's not playing anything. Give me 1 second, guys. One second, folks. For some reason, it's being real weird. Working on it. Working on trying to solve this one. Suddenly just completely lost any sort of clean feed here. So I'm trying to figure that out for you. And as soon as I have more information, I'll give it to you. You know what? Let me try this. Give me 1 second, folks. And we're back. All right, here we go. Something weird happened there, but let me go ahead and get the game connected back to... And here we go. Something weird happened on my end for a second. 1 second. Is this a YouTube problem? You guys are still there, though, right? So I don't know what the heck's happening. Why is it not liking that? Yeah, I'm trying there, guys. You guys can tell me to hurry up all you want, but it's not going to change whether or not this actually works. I don't know why it suddenly is being... it's suddenly not liking things. Going to try this one more time here. There we go. Well, we got there just in time to find out that Wallace won. So, I don't know what happened there, guys. But we're back now. Wallace won. Congratulations, Wallace, on winning. Good job. GG, they banned you. Here we go. All right, well, we're back. Wallace won. Okay. There you go. Would you like to cast the GZG Cup? I actually have seen the Kamikaze. I've actually seen the post for it. Not a good time of day for me, unfortunately. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do it. What did I do to fix it? Just restarted things. That's all that happened. Don't know why it went south there for a minute, but we're back. Sometimes technology just doesn't like you. Sometimes technology just decides not to cooperate. It's kind of a thing that happens. Noise beard, noise comment. You're Iron Man. Congratulations, well done. Here we go. We are back. We're up. You're the 800th liker. Ooh, good. Guys, we're pushing for that 1,000. We're pushing for 1,000 likes, which is an excellent number of likes, by the way. By the way, use code RICH. It's right there. Use code RICH in the shop for all your things. If you're trying to level up some decks to go for CRL 2021, boom, code RICH. There you go. Pressure tried to ban me, but my facial hair is so cool to get banned, and now we're back. Yeah, I need to do some trim. I need to do some little cleanup on some of the facial hair aspects. But, you know, not today. All right, we should be going back to our next match here in just a minute. And it's going to be Boss versus KK. We are down in the lower bracket now, so loss means elimination. And if you're looking for the bracket, there it is, the challenge bracket in the chat. What are my thoughts on Mother Witch? I need to play it more. Have not played her enough. So Boss finally did get his shot, of course, in CRL East this season. With TTG. Wrong bracket. Don't click that. Well, that is the wrong night bracket. Sam, here is I think the correct bracket. You can grab it from the YouTube chat, Sam, for the Twitch people. Boss versus KK. Loser will be out. And I believe this is, let me just double check. This might be the last match of the day. So I'll let you guys know here in just a second. Do I know the Remy Ali deck? I think I've seen it before. What's my favorite card? The Ice Golem, of course. All right, yeah, guys, this is going to be the last match of the day. OP Sam had to withdraw from the tournament, so Schwarzen got a free win in round 1, and then in round 2, and yeah, so there we go. OP Sam had to withdraw, so when is Sam playing? OP Sam will not be playing. Sam is withdrawn from the tournament. So there you go. Please don't swear in the chat, Zaid. I'd appreciate it if you kept it clean. No, they can play 4 new decks, guys. Yeah, so the dual mode rules only apply to the match in front of you. So you can play a whole new collection of decks in every match. This is the last match of the day, folks. Thank you, Simon. Glad you're here. If anyone wants to sub to the channel, go ahead and hit it. And here we go. Graveyard Aggressor from KK to open up. Lava Hound with the Skelly Dragons behind. And a lot of damage for KK to open up. But he has very little elixir to deal with. A fairly healthy Lava Hound and 2 Skeleton Dragons. He's going to have to save that poison for a while. This will be quite a bit of damage here. And Balloon opposite lane. Smart Balloon from Boss. Forces the cage out, which means that poison not there to deal with the pups. good sequence overall and great recovery from the American. Really aggressive opening play by KK. And cheap defense here by Boss. Not going to take a shot from the Barbarian. And I believe Boss comes out of this pretty good. "90 seconds left in regulation, and at the moment, Boss has the single lane lead and dual lane pressure. These are duels Aurelio. So this is game 1 of 3 between Boss and KK. And here you go, Boss doing the right thing and going for the opposite tower, so it's a crosswise game, which is even more brutal for KK, assuming this tower does fall. And that is an assumption. We don't know if it'll fall for sure. Good timing on the poison there. And a good pickup on the miner. Snowball trying to make a bit more room. Boss does have some work to do, but goes down Balloon one more time. Is he around for an arrows? There we go. Arrows get the Ice Whiz off the board. This should be tower down on the right-hand side, and that makes things... Whoa, no, good hold on. Hold on here. Good play by KK, 291. Not a done deal yet by any means. And double drop on defense for KK. Snowball does not do enough. Balloon has to sneak through, but back for the Japanese player. Balloon does not get pulled by the Goblin Cage, though. Has to spend on the NATO. Can the Balloon get away here? Will the death damage get in time? That's going to be tower down, and KK nearly held on. If that cage had been played higher, he could have played the tornado later, and KK fought out of a tough situation, and then just a little bit of a miss there at the end, and that's going to be game number 1 for Boss. Miner should go to the inside, and yes, there it goes. And arrows will finish things off. Boss with a nice recovery there. Aurelio Santucci. In fact, I'll even hit that double C on you there, Aurelio. Boss with a good matchup. KK had a shot. But one Goblin Cage just a little bit out of the right spot, and good win for Boss. Magic Paladin saying, nice choice by Boss by using Giant Snowball instead of Zap. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Man, KK really had a good chance to pick up a very impressive win in that matchup. Remember, loser does leave town here. So we'll see if Boss can close things out against KK or if we go to a game number 3. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow me on Twitter as well if you're into the Clash Royale competitive scene and you're not on Twitter. I don't know what you're doing, because that's where Clash Royale competitive lives. Do I play chess? Kamal, I mean, I know how to play chess. I played it as a kid, but I just started playing it again on chess.com like in the last week and a half or so. Having some fun, that's for sure. Enjoying myself. So taking a look at the setup, right? Boss didn't use Poison and didn't use Fireball, but KK already played Graveyard. So my guess is that Boss does not go to a deck that runs Poison in game number 2. Maybe something Log Fireball, maybe something kind of faster cycle. Maybe we see an RG cycle deck. Maybe Hog Triple Spell would be also a good option for Boss. Taking a look at KK on his side, obviously Graveyard is gone. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. This might be how triple spell for KK here, interestingly enough. Maybe it's Boss's turn to go graveyard. Interesting. Boss is going Sparky, I think. Yeah, Boss looking a lot like Sparky. And KK going Royal Hog Cycle. This is an interesting choice for Boss here. He does play a lot of Goblin Giant Sparky. Goblin Giant's recent buff, though, is, I think, maybe getting a bit overlooked. He should get a GG down in front of this. And one thing that's interesting about Goblin Giant Sparky that I've encountered so far is I think that, you know, for a long time, Goblin Giant Sparky, a lot of the key to success with that deck was splitting lanes. I think this version of Goblin Giant Sparky, with the change to Sparky and the change to Goblin Giant, is actually better in the same lane than it used to be. Goblin Giant is a lot more dangerous now. A lot more dangerous itself. And Sparky, of course, needs that extra protection because of the slightly slower first shot. We'll see if Boss chooses to worry about that at all on the right-hand side. And KK just doubles down. Doubles down, and so Boss is going for a tower trade here, and hoping that he has enough to just overwhelm all the way to a King Tower 3-crown win. We'll see. Shot number 1 in. Valkyrie to work on that. Sparky on the back. Sparky does barely stay on, and Mortar doesn't get it. Snowball has to come out, but now a Dark Prince pressure on the right-hand side for Boss. Sparky to the left-hand lane to worry about the pigs. That's going to be a decent amount of hog damage in the left-hand lane. Boss has to be careful here. KK could steal this one out from under him, and now you see Boss switching lanes. And look at that. Musketeer in the middle. Rage to get everything. KK's in a lot of trouble here. Has to pick up this Dark Prince. Archers will get eaten alive. Minions on tower. And just like that, Boss back in the lead. Here we go. Sudden death overtime. Boss has great damage on both the King Tower and Princess Tower. KK with 1080 and just goes full-on right-hand lane with the Valk in front. Pigs run past it, though. Dark Prince can do a good job, I think, with this mini P.E.K.K.A. Clean up a lot of this. You know, this is generally a much maligned deck. People don't like this deck in a lot of ways. The difference between someone who's good with it and someone who's really good with it is when and where you use that rage. And Boss made 2 pretty good choices there. Once in the offensive side of the board to get that rage on the Musketeer and splitting both lanes. And then, of course, that defensive rage was nice as well. So good play by Boss. KK out. Boss goes on. And that's a nice win for him. GG, well played, everybody. Hey, Simple showing up in the Twitch chat. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Clash Royale Esports with the GG. So let me go ahead. I'm going to bring up the bracket myself here and take a look at what we've had so far today. Oh, there's the bracket. They're bringing it up. Nice. So, I believe these matches all happen tomorrow. Oh, those might be the Thursday matches, actually. We'll find out. JupiterKing Mohammed Light will be a banger. Schwarzen and IMJP. Schwarzen getting the bye against OP Sam, who dropped out. Air Surfer and Hajime. And then Bale and Belican. So a lot of compelling matchups there. I believe those are the Thursday matchups. I'll as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. But I think those are Thursday because that is round 4. But that might be tomorrow. Let me go ahead and check, see if they've given me information in Discord on what tomorrow's schedule actually is. Other part of the winner's bracket, Ruben and Jack. That's going to be a fun one. Expo Master and Lucas, looking forward there. Miniminter and Wallace. These 2 guys were, I believe, I don't know what team for sure Miniminter was supposed to be attached to, but I believe it might have been Payne. So these guys maybe were supposed to be teammates. Now they'll go head-to-head. And then Razzer and Anaban. So pretty fun winner's bracket overall. Ruben and Jack should be a banger. Curious to see what Expo Master does against Lucas in terms of deck creation. Now we go on to the lower bracket. Yakitori, as you can see, still in. Was supposed to be the last match of the day. Was supposed to be Yakitori and Sam. Sam pulled out, so Yakitori does go through. He'll face, I believe, the winner of Vitor and Igor, it looks like. So we'll have Vitor versus Igor in the losers bracket. Igor talking about he needs to worry less about matchup and more about outplays. So we'll see if he can make that happen. Boss, as you can see, they're about to move Boss on. Boss will be going on after his win over KK. He'll face the winner of Benzer and Javi. Then Sweep versus Geralt. Pompeo and Bassotto. Pompeo and Samuel playing for their lives. Elsiop and Cody Go, two longtime veterans in the losers bracket. And then Lion and Paradox. We'll see if the no-tilt world champion can stay in the mix or if the Russian can knock him out. Will be a fun day tomorrow. That's for sure. Let me ask. I'm asking if all these matches are tomorrow or if that's it. I'll get confirmation on that in just a moment, whether all of these matches are tomorrow or just some of them. We'll see. Tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we do have another match, another, I think, 12 matches. So tomorrow we'll have Sweep versus Geralt, Elsiop versus Cody Go, Line versus Paradox, JupiterKing, and Mohammed. And there you go. Here's tomorrow's matches. There's the lineup for tomorrow, guys. It's been fun. I'm Rich Slayton. Hope you've enjoyed your day. Hope you've enjoyed watching. And I will be seeing more of you guys tomorrow as we continue with the Clash Royale All Stars event. If you haven't yet, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will see you guys back same time tomorrow. That's 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Time for more Clash Royale League All Stars. Take care, guys. See y'all then.